recording studio. Listen, vision. Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Oh.
Tonight, weighing in at a combined weight of 1.21 gigawatts, the tag team THC, the Wildcats! Welcome, my friends.
Do I gotta lean in like this?
No, I just did it to get... No, it's loud.
All right.
That way it works. I just do that to get more effect out of the camera. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
All right, no offense, but I'm gonna reintroduce it.
I apologize if I did it wrong.
No, it's okay. We are the highest paid, most influential, and your favorite tag team, and we weigh 1.21 gigawatts.
My bad.
Jimmy Stars and Sexy Steve.
Jimmy Stars, Sexy Steve.
The Hellcats. All right.
So you don't do the THC thing?
No, THC. It's THC, but it's the Hellcats, not the Wildcats.
I didn't say the Wildcats, did I?
You did.
Oh my God!
Right. It's all right.
Dude.
It's all right.
I apologize.
My mom says the Wildcats. My mom says the Wildcats.
I did not mean to say.
Know.
I know what it is. I didn't mean
I know.
To say.
My mom says. It's crazy.
The THC. You know
I think it's just the.
No, you're good. You're good.
The cats, and you're like, me. I just excited.
And the gigawatts thing that always gets messed up, and it's from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And we think everybody has seen Back to the Future.
1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah, and every ring announcer tells us, oh yeah, I've been doing this for X amount of years,
and they still
blah, and then they get out there and they're like, 1.21 gigawatts. You're like, oh my God, somebody kill him.
But I mean, a lot of these guys though, they're not like really up on everything, so they don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we always do like dumb stuff like that. Like
It
we
picks it
used
up
to
pretty
always
good.
say we're from like a different type of like a different place. Every
different
time.
universe.
It's never an actual weight. It's never an actual location.
Yeah,
It's always
Just
like we've been from like
something.
the 36 chamber from like Wu-Tang.
There you go.
Yeah.
Erie, Indiana.
Yeah.
I see you guys come out and wear all kinds of different, really cool
yeah.
shit. Like, where do you get your influences for that?
Well,
I mean-
I watch a lot of kung fu movies and horror movies. And
Hell yeah.
like a lot of people in wrestling, especially now in the indies, like they like to steal other
Yeah.
cool things from the. So you go to an indie wrestling show, almost all the matches are the same exact spot.
Yeah,
everybody
same
does
storyline, same-
everybody
yeah.
does super kick. Everybody does the same exact.
Because they're all trained in the same school usually.
Right, and they're like, oh, that looks cool. I'm gonna do the exact same thing, and they take from wrestling and they put it back into wrestling.
Yeah.
That's one
So-
thing. That's one thing that's real big on us is like taking our influences. Oh damn! Look at that one.
Now we got you. Sorry, bro.
There we go. No, you're good. You're good.
Now we got it better.
I thought
Now
we-
we got it better.
Right there.
Now we're supposed to be out here, but
A
our
lot
engineer
of our
was slipping.
inspirations coming from outside of wrestling. Like we don't like watching Raw and SmackDown and
Nice.
playing video games and picking them up from there. We'll watch, like you said, kung fu movies. Like the Hellcats comes from an influence of a John Waters movie, Crybaby.
Hell yeah.
With Johnny Depp. So
Hell
like,
yeah.
we love taking influences outside of wrestling that people aren't used to.
It's better that way.
Exactly, putting our spin on it and
It's
making it
more
our own.
original. Yeah, that's what I like about you guys. That's why I
Exactly.
think you guys have such a bright future because, like, literally, everybody I've saw come out of MCW has been incredible. But you guys have been the most original ones so far, I would have to say.
Thank you.
That's right.
Like, we
Most
were just watching
influential.
Patrick Clark, and I thought, like,
Right, we were just talking about him on the way down.
Yeah, yeah. That's why one of our big catchphrases, most influential, is we take a lot of pride in that. Is we like to feel that we have pretty good minds, and just being down there with MCW, helping the guys evolve. A lot of the guys evolve. Talking to Pat, I'm not saying that like we're the reason why Patrick Clark is where he's at.
I'm saying it.
No,
I'm saying it.
But like we've been able to like influence.
But you've
a lot.
put him
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
put our spin on it. So.
And you can tell like it's really all about like the gimmick, and everybody like wants because you can have all the crazy cool moves, but like really everybody can do all that stuff.
Exactly.
That's why everybody does it. But you have to make people care about the moves. Like the most
Yeah.
like important moves, the most famous moves are like the people's elbow, 5-knuckle shuffle. It's a fist drop and an elbow drop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
the easiest stuff you can ever do. pretty
right
much.
now, people are doing like crazy corkscrew, death-defying flips, and nobody cares. They're just like, yeah, all right, do something else.
I mean,
And even
yeah.
when they can't do it the best, even like they're the ones not even doing it the best. Like you got Ricochet out there doing this stuff, making it look pretty, and then when like other guys on the indies try to do it, it's like you're not doing it that good. So why even try to do it?
Yeah,
You're just
exactly.
wasting your time.
Yep. Ricochet though, he's come a long way.
That's
he's
going
crazy,
to be an
man.
interesting signing to see what they do with him there in WWE.
Right, it's another thing. He's got crazy moves and everything, but you need a character. Like what?
Exactly.
And you do all
Did
that
you
stuff.
see when they actually signed him the first time? Like what he looked like with his hair
With the
down
long- yeah,
and
with the-
looking
Oh,
all.
yeah, yeah.
He looked like he was 12.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's when he was really tiny.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
scrawny.
think.
Just a little fella.
But I think that's
He had
exactly
crazy matches with Chuck Taylor at that
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone was like blown away.
Chuck was throwing around. But I think that's exactly where WWE comes in for a lot of those things. For a lot of those guys that are just mat wrestlers, that are just skill-based wrestlers. That's where WWE comes in and gives them that character that
Yeah.
can give them that extra thing.
The
to put 'em
extras,
over.
yeah, the more
And
story.
So back to Patrick Clark, like, like we knew him from day one when he like first came in because he came in through MCW before he went to Tough Enough, and he's always been about like fitness and being in shape and
Yeah.
loves wrestling and all this stuff and
He's from
but-
here.
yeah, and a big Hogan fan. So
Yeah.
and he's wanted to have like this American gimmick and all that stuff
Yeah.
like that. And like we get it, that's what you like. But if you watch him walk, Patrick Clark does not walk. Patrick Clark sachets.
Yes, he does.
So, but now it's like like almost embarrassing to admit
He
that.
walks like
that.
he's a model all the time.
Right.
Yeah, I
so,
know what you mean. Yeah.
But so if you can take that and capitalize on that and say, hey, look, you're like that's the character you need to be.
Yeah.
Boom, like to the roof because you don't. He's not pretending out there. He's not like, am I sashaying right? No, he's just being himself and. Boom. We used to do birthday parties, and he used to do this gimmick called Pretty Ricky, where we had this
you
like
would see Velveteen Dream
Right.
right there.
and
right.
he already had that character.
right. So it was just like a goofy thing. There's like a tote full of like little props and gimmicks. You just be a little different character because it's a
Boas
birthday
and
party.
glasses
okay.
and hats. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
And he would do this Pretty Ricky gimmick, and the first time he did it, everyone was like, "Damn,
that's you, man. That's you.
damn,
Just-
that's
There
a
he
$1
is.
million gimmick."
That's why it's crazy seeing
Yeah.
seeing like fans like shit on WWE, like, oh, they're giving him this stupid gimmick, they're making him look. It's like, no, that's him. Like, that's
He was already that
yeah,
guy.
he's gonna make that work. Like, he's gonna.
Oh,
work
he
the
is
fuck out of
like
that.
completely. He
Yeah,
just
and-
won the match.
Oh, he beat.
I mean,
Gargano?
yeah, right
Damn.
before the Wi-Fi went off, he won that match.
okay.
Like,
Was that the opener? That was the opening match.
no, that was like the third or
okay.
something like that. I'm not sure. I wasn't paying that good of attention. I know Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish,
Fish.
they won the title.
Retained,
back again.
okay.
So yeah, those guys are incredible. You ever met them guys?
No, I've met O'Reilly a couple times, but never
Never Bobby
yeah.
Fish.
Yeah, we
He seems a little bit more elusive.
we've been cool with Adam Cole when he first started.
Yeah,
we
for,
used to
for years since he
fucking,
started.
Hell
Him
yeah,
and
they work
his,
together.
his first partner Tyler Veritas.
Yeah.
We were guys that would roll around with them a lot.
Yeah, we had a cool little feud going for a minute. And one of, not to shout him out or anything, but this is another example of the gimmick thing. But Jimmy Dream, James Ellsworth, like that's a guy. Look at him; he looks like a freaking mutant. And
Ninja Turtle.
yeah, and that's the like for his whole career of being in wrestling, he's been like the laughing stock of the locker rooms.
But it's worked.
Yeah. So he goes to WWE and they say, "Oh my God, put him on the camera. He's so weird
He's so
looking,
different."
Right. So they put, and the whole universe goes, "Oh my God, that guy is freaking hilarious." Now
crazy.
think about it. If you look like that and you had everybody saying, "Hey, you are the most hideous creature in the world. You have no chin." Would you want to go back there every day and have the world say that? Like, you know, yeah, it takes.
Depends on how much money they're gonna.
That's
pay.
what I'm saying.
I mean, I can swallow my chin for enough.
But you'll be surprised at how many like in this business the egos in this business is unbelievable. It's
Oh, I guarantee it, dude. Ego is probably like the worst part of everything.
right, and it's like you can't say who's the best wrestler, but you can't judge that because what do you base the best wrestler on?
Yeah, this is one of
It's
those.
kind of hard.
Right.
One of those things, like one of those. I mean, some people don't see it as a sport competition, but yeah, it's definitely one of those sporting events where you really can't pick a best. It takes a lot. It takes whether you're
exactly.
how much you sell, how much the buy rate is for you. You know what the fans are saying, all that. What you can do in the ring. There's a lot of tangibles that go in to you being the best wrestler. So
Let's go around the room and say favorite wrestlers. You want to start?
what you got? Let's start over here.
Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, good
All
one.
time.
All time.
Let's go all time. All time.
Randy
right now.
Savage?
All right.
All right.
There we
All
go.
right. All right. What about you? Mankind.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wrestle anymore.
Yeah, I mean, no, you don't have
That's
to,
all right, that's all right.
Randy Savage is dead, so.
Jake.
Oh,
the
Jake.
Snake.
Dang, that's a good one.
Perfect.
Would you? Mine? I would have to go Bret Hart, of all time, Bret Hart.
It's a macho for me, but Austin is a very close
Actually,
second.
I'm going to go Hogan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hogan was what made me love wrestling, but Jeff Hardy was what kept me
Oh, for real?
digging it. Like after I met Jeff the first couple times, dude,
Yeah.
he's just such a down to earth person. He's not a dickhead, like none of that. Like a lot of the guys, like I met Bobby Roode and he was kind of a dick.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
You can see that they like some have like not dickish wise, but they just have those tendencies about them. Like they get used to doing certain things. They're on the road all the time. They get in their ways of being certain ways. But yeah, some guys like Jeff, like definitely is a down to earth guy and will just fucking shoot the breeze.
But
with it.
also for Bobby Roode, like, I don't know too much about him because I don't really like watch too much. But
he doesn't. He really doesn't.
yeah, I watch movies.
I watch so much and just
I watch a lot of movies.
and I
but-
watch old wrestling. I don't know like it's weird watching like a bunch of people that you know and I'm like, oh yeah, well I know all their stuff. Like you're not gonna do anything different. Like, you know,
it's not going to change. Your
Yeah,
moveset
so-
has stayed the same. That's why WWE 2K18 exists.
Right, and I don't want to see something and be like, oh, I'm gonna do that. Like
Yeah.
why would I want to? So,
No
but
doubt.
but I do go, what? This motherfucker stole that shit from me all the time. And anyway,
That's like the shittiest thing though. Whenever somebody just like kind of snatches your move and like you're like, what the fuck, man? I did it better.
It's gonna happen. You know, wrestling's
Obviously, like
Wrestling's
that's.
repetitive.
But then that is like the biggest form of flattery though.
exactly.
So
yeah, unless they're getting paid a lot more than you
To do it.
yeah, that's really
You're
fucking
like-
shitty.
Life.
Now, one of the questions I wanted to ask you is now, you smoke, so do you run
No.
into any issues?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Okay.
Never ever.
Awesome.
we don't inhale. Is the
Okay.
That's what we do.
That's exactly what I
Say,
wanted.
That's how you.
no,
Okay.
yeah. Well, one, it's the beauty of
What was
being
the
in a
question?
tag
You didn't fully
team.
finish the question.
Well, we knew where he's going with it.
No, I
Are,
didn't.
are you going with the can we not breathe because we smoke so much?
No.
Or no? Are we saying
It has nothing to do with that.
We didn't
You can be
know.
perfectly physically
Sorry.
fit and smoke as much as
Sorry,
you like.
that's my own
Michael
insecurity.
Phelps. That's one of the things about
I'm
my
projecting
show
my
is
own
that-
insecurities onto the room. I apologize.
It's all good. But I like to make it so that people know that we can consume copious amounts of marijuana, cannabis, and
Right.
still live our lives just as top shelf as everyone else.
This is true.
But yeah, the question I have is urines. How do they fuck with all that?
Urines?
Urine?
Do they?
On an independent level, there's not really.
There's not really too
yeah,
much of
there's
that.
not. It's pretty much you, yourself, and you, unless you're dealing with. Like there are bigger independent players like ROH, Ring of Honor. I think that's really much it. That really has bigger exclusive contracts.
Yeah.
So they might. I don't think they
Even
deal
though
with it
there's
that
no
big.
wellness.
But as it goes for WWE, like that was a thing with RVD. We had talked to him about that because that was a big question
Yeah,
for
he
us.
hated that.
Yeah, like he had to keep himself clean. Like you'd think like it's RVD, they know he fucking smokes, but no, still
That's
they're
what
not
I'm
giving
saying,
him
like-
any fucking exceptions. But I think the times are changing, especially with it becoming legal,
Mm-hmm.
and I think with the whole I think the NFL's really big getting behind it too with the whole CTE things, like the legalizing marijuana for football players
Yeah.
is becoming a big thing. So if it's
Like
legalized,
Kristen Whiskey, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing that he did,
Exactly.
his brain
So-
clinic.
So if it's legal for football players who deal with brain trauma, I mean, we obviously they say that every bump is dealing with one bump is like taking a 30-mile-an-hour car accident.
Shot to the head,
That's
yeah.
what your body goes through every time you fall on the mat.
Yeah.
So you fall on a mat 3 times in a match, 5
And you've
times
got
in a
a
match. Yeah.
concussion.
I had this dude. I was on the outside of the ring on like the floor area or whatever, and the dude was on the top of the cage, and he jumped off, and his knee landed right in my eye, right in my eye. Broke my orbital.
I was about to ask if it broke that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Knocked my front teeth back, and I had just spent like mad money at the dentist, like getting all my teeth fixed and
Huge
everything like
gash.
that.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking
Cody
hell.
Rhodes had some shit like that right now. I saw the
Yeah.
orbital was busted or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, man.
I know the orbital hurts because I had mine broke right here, like
Yeah.
right above my cheekbone. Like snap that
You
shit.
can't move your eye or anything. But
Yeah,
with
that sucked.
with shit like I'm really bad with pills. I hate doing pills.
Yeah.
Like I don't like Tylenol or anything like that. So I think that's a big thing where cannabis definitely comes in
That's
with that, with recovery
huge.
and shit.
Right, and that's a big thing in wrestling. Is like a lot of, like not as many people smoke weed anymore. A lot of people will end up getting hooked on pain pills, like
Yeah.
accidentally. Like,
That's
they don't
always
go
been
into
like
it,
a
like,
big-
hey,
to a
what's
lot
up,
of
party
guys, yeah.
time? Like
Not anymore, but that's always been the big stigma in wrestling. I mean, it's out there. You've seen the
if you
Benoits,
need
the
it,
Guerreros.
Look at the pain.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, you guys know it's,
Yeah,
it's
it
not
hurts.
easy. Like
yeah,
there's
when
nothing-
people say like it's fake, I always tell people just because you know you're about to get hit in the face doesn't make it hurt any less.
Exactly.
just like Ken Anderson says, pro wrestling is real. People are fake.
Right. And say if I say, hey, I'm about to kick you in the stomach, and you're like, what? And I kick you in the stomach, but I told you, like you knew it was
It's
coming.
fake. Deal with
Like,
it.
yeah. No shit. But I mean, yeah, taking spills, all that, everything. I mean, anything you got to do is physical abuse on your body.
Whoa.
Oh,
Is that the
what you
fucking
do.
Matrix?
Yeah, it was the Matrix. We're about to float off into the screen and shit. It's probably this mic. But yeah. So the only other thing,
The only.
not the only, there's everything.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you for
It's been great,
no,
guys.
No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I was talking about the weed
Wrong.
thing. With the cannabis thing, like as far as heel time, like Rob Van Dam has gone on record to say that he works out while smoking.
Yeah.
I mean, look at 420 Smoke Train, Mr. Godfather himself.
Right, yeah.
Like he knew.
Yeah, that
from
was
Jump
crazy.
Street.
It's definitely. I think I see more people coming out about the pills,
Yeah.
like being more open about that. So I hope that helps with people not going that route. And with that happening, I see a lot more wrestlers coming out to being open with smoking. So I hope that you always get some. We've been in a locker room with wrestlers that are like, don't want to deal with anybody that's like, if you do drugs, like we're not going to deal with you. Like
Yeah.
weed's a drug, we're not going to talk to you. Like you guys smoke weed, we're not going to fucking talk to you. Like,
Yeah.
it's
a
those
lot
that
of
really,
people think we're like the scum of the earth.
yeah, because we
Like,
we smoke.
we walk
before.
in, they
It's
smell weed, they're
hilarious.
like, smells like somebody was outside with Bob Marley. You're like, good one.
And it's where you really see like how non-educated people really are. Like you don't get it. You don't understand that. For one, going out there in front of like the thousands of people gets me nervous as fuck. Like,
Oh, I bet,
heart pumping. Like, we'll still smoke right before we go out, and we'll still get nervous as fuck. Like, we still
And I'll
can't
throw up.
Yeah,
And
it still doesn't help us calm down, but it helps us focus out there, and with the recovery afterwards, it definitely helps with that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, I bet, dude. Like MCW, how big of a crowd do you get when you're out there?
Oh man, like
It's, I think the biggest they've ever had might have been 16,000.
Yeah.
It was the show, the big one. I think the biggest one we had was the Shawn Michaels show, where they literally had to turn people away at the door. I know that, so I don't know if it was exactly 16, because I know they had to turn a good amount of people away.
Well, the Four Horsemen are next month, right?
Yes, and I think that because
yeah. Sometimes it's like too many people, and like
Yeah,
I feel
it
like
gets-
the barricades
You feel
get,
like you're
closer
squished in, yeah.
and closer
Every time.
and you're like, oh my god, I can't even get through.
Like,
But
I can't
this
breathe
is the
in.
first time that they're like all four. Like normally you get like 3 and JJ Dillon, and then like you get like a scrap. But yeah, having all 4 like with R in there and
It's kinda-
everything, it's
yeah.
gonna be big.
Yeah, and I guarantee
And coming
that
off
shit's gonna
the
be packed.
coming off the 30 for 30 with Flair, like ever since that, I feel like Ric Flair has like transcended to it. He's been in like comics now, rap videos.
Every
like,
rapper wants him in
Yeah,
their
he's
shit now.
everywhere. So I feel like just with that extra push. I mean, not that Ric Flair needs an extra push, but I feel like with that like little bit behind him, it's gonna be a little bit more crazier now.
Oh, I guarantee
Yeah,
you.
me and my girlfriend always talk about like we
Shout out Brittany Blake.
yeah, we do, like we wonder what it's like Ric Flair's reality has to be so fucking weird.
Warped.
You know what I mean? Like,
Completely
his like
warped.
sense of like
His normal
what
life
the
can't like
fuck?
we can't even grasp his normal fucking everyday life.
Oh no,
probably.
there's no.
Like, what
There's no
the hell
possible
goes
way.
on in that guy's head? Just walking around all day, 1,000 years old. Woo, 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 woo.
That's probably the thought that goes
yeah.
running through constantly.
Definitely.
He probably can't get rid of that shit. I saw Charlotte on Tuesday. They had SmackDown here in the city, and we went over to that.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte was there, and everybody did the woo. You know, obviously they had their mark moment, and that's why I call this show McLeaf's Mark. You know, the mark.
Everybody's a
fucking
mark.
Dirty,
Everybody is a
filthy
mark.
fucking marks.
I'm not a mark.
The
You're
Rock's
a
a
mark.
mark. Vince McMahon's a mark. Everybody's a
Yeah.
mark. Everybody
Yeah.
loves something. Like,
Yeah,
and
no
if
doubt.
If you don't, then why are you? Here,
What's
you
the
know?
point of life?
I hate
Exactly.
everything.
Live life or go
Except
home.
for Steve. Steve does literally hate
I'm a hater.
everything.
I'm a
He hates
professional hater.
everything.
Just fuck it all.
I try to get him on the side of some wrestlers, but
Yeah,
he just hates them.
I won most hatingest wrestler at the Player Haters Ball 1997.
Nice. Hell yeah. So how long have you guys wrestled in MCW?
That's
I mean, you wrestled other promotions.
yeah. We've been a tag team for about
2004 is when we first started. Okay, so our very first wrestling match ever,
break it down.
they put us together, and we were not happy about it because I wanted to be a bad guy, Jimmy wanted to be a good guy. So we were like, "What the hell, man?" They're like, "No, you have to be a team." Like, fuck. So,
Like legit, like this isn't like a shoot. Like this, were the people in the back were legitimately like, no, we need a tag team. You guys have to go out there as a tag team.
and we really did not want to. So we were like, "Fuck it, let's just be a team that is a bad guy and a good guy." So I kept trying to cheat, and Jimmy kept trying
Wasn't
to
having it.
just
Wasn't
be
having it.
straight and narrow. So it ended up costing us the match because I got mad at him, and then so then he turned on me at the end of the match. Well, I turned on him and super kicked him off the apron. Then we lost, and then he turned on
Came
me
back,
too.
and then after that, it really never went.
Yeah.
I think we might have had like 1 or 2 matches after that at Rambo's House of Pain.
Oh, right
And
on.
then from there, we just kind of split for a little bit. He'd gotten a job, a girlfriend. He just life happening
man,
for
that's
me.
what it does,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
we just split.
Some
for a
girls
little
can't
bit.
deal with like the name Sexy Steve. It's for real. It's a hard name to have.
Yeah,
it's a hard one to live up
You
to.
tried.
right?
You tried. Yeah, you
It's
tried.
just the name. It's not the fact that he gets hit in the head with steel chairs. It's just the name.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, because that means like.
But it's just the name. That's what
that
they don't
means
get.
every girl that I ever meet gets to call me Sexy Steve in front of my girlfriend. So they're always like, You know, and I'm like,
You get that look.
Yeah.
The look. Like,
Yeah, but now I'm dating Brittany Blake, who is a huge independent wrestling sensation, and so now I deal with her creepy ass dudes. So,
now you
Yeah,
see
that-
what
that
it's like.
is- Yeah, this is something I've
So-
never like getting to hear like the relays of like the stories is I had no idea this is what women deal with.
right.
professional
Yeah. Shout
wrestling.
out to all the chicks in the wrestling business who aren't in it for like the wrong reasons that have to deal with the guys trying to buy your socks and like crazy shit.
We've had girls at shows like come up and be like, yeah, I just had to take a picture with this guy, and he said to make sure that my feet got in the picture.
Yeah.
And what?
And then like they
That's
like
my
do little
favorite.
like gropes and everything like
yeah,
that.
oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, you get that as guys every now and then. You get like the southern like big ladies that like grab all. Oh,
dude.
come here, honey.
Yeah, man. I've had like there's this old
Can you
lady with
just please
huge
have a
boobs,
kiss?
and she like grabbed my head and like shoved my head in her boobs.
Oh,
and I was
no.
like, what the heck? Then I put my hands like on her like sides to
away.
pull myself out. And she took my hands and like put them on her boobs. I was like, oh my God! Like if I did this, I would be in jail right now. But
Right?
you
No
can do
doubt.
it because you're a crazy old lady. And everybody just laughs.
I bought
Laughs
a
at me
ticket.
being
I
raped
bought
in
a
front of a crowd full of
You
people.
were abused in front of a crowd full of people.
Me too.
Everybody just laughed
I
at
know,
you.
man.
Hashtag
I'm like,
me too.
What the heck?
me
I'm not
too.
male rights, all right?
That's
Sorry, man.
hilarious. That is so
I have to
fucking
explain this
funny.
to my
Is that
girlfriend.
yours? That me?
That's mine.
That's me.
But yeah.
Drink break.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Cottonmouth break. Fix the cotton.
So how long is this? We haven't done our homework either. How long has this been going on? How long have you guys been?
About 3 months.
3
I wanna
months.
say.
Okay.
Almost 4.
We're the first wrestlers.
Yeah. You're the first guys I've actually had in. I've had guys
alright,
call in
fuck.
and stuff.
That's cool.
The Godfather actually said he will.
Oh, damn.
Oh, really?
I
yeah,
just
he-
didn't feel like I was ready yet.
Oh no,
Dude, you won't even. You just be like, go ahead.
yeah, and he will take
that guy
control of it.
loves to talk.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, it blew our minds. We were
He was
like,
at Chalice
Yeah,
Festival.
because he knows what people want. Like he knows that they like he's the Godfather, so he knows exactly. He knows
Everybody.
people are nervous. He knows
Yeah.
people are going to want to talk to him. So he opens the fuck up
That's
and
so
he lays
cool.
it all
But
out.
so, and like most of like names that want to smoke, they're all like, it's more like all bashful at first. Like, yeah, I feel each other out. Like, what's up? So whatever. But then
Right as we walk around the corner,
he's like, hey, what's up? You guys want to go smoke some weed? We're like,
there's like fans all
Yeah.
around. Yeah, but that was loud. Okay.
Yeah, he's out there for everybody to know.
Yes, he is.
Like
Yes,
he
he
wants
is.
everybody to know what's up. He's the greatest thing.
I just
ever,
saw him.
though.
He just put up some picture on Instagram today with he had like some pot leaf belt championship.
Yeah,
on,
man.
and it was pretty sweet.
no, he goes hard with it. I was looking at his
yeah.
hashtags, and it was like, Godfather Smoke Train, WWE, weed porn. I was like, weed porn? Oof. Yeesh. Like, that took a fucking turn.
Passionate at all.
But yeah, so like he was telling us stories about like so like he has like he owns this strip club and everything like that, and like so like the Godfather gimmick is like a real like it was like basically his real life, and like he ran this strip club and they would always
had
like
the
go
hoe
there in
train.
town, yeah, and so like that shit was crazy, and I was telling him about like how like Papa Shango was probably like the creepiest thing in the world and like gave me nightmares as a kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's all like,
was
oh
great.
yeah, I came up with that because I was like, I gotta scare the kids, and I'm like.
No, you don't gotta scare the kids.
Well, it's so weird, like talking to you right now, because I was like legit scared,
Terrified.
Of you. So.
Yep. Didn't know what the
That's
hell it
probably
was
my
back
number
then.
2. Macho Man number 1, Papa Shango.
Papa Shango,
Number 1,
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Papa
right.
Shango was a
when
great
he put the
character.
curse on the Ultimate Warrior,
Dude,
and
that's
made
the-
him throw up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were
wrestling was
like,
the best.
yeah, you're like, this is real. This is real life.
Yeah,
man.
it's real. Yeah.
Like, Ultimate Warrior's
Everything they
dying
were
on
doing back
TV.
then was gold. Like
Yeah.
that was great. Like
Warrior at his
wrestling.
peak,
Like
yeah.
like now it's just nothing compared to what I believe it was. Production values are better, obviously, but that storyline, all that stuff they had back then was just so much farther off the.
I definitely chalk it up to feeling though, because I mean you're never gonna have that feeling as a kid, like that first feel. Like I'm never gonna have that first feeling of fucking
That's
Macho
true.
Man fucking jumping off with the elbow. Like
Yeah.
you're never gonna have that
Like,
first time. You
it-
see it differently now, especially being in the business.
Yeah.
You see it totally different now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like so, if Adam Cole ends up winning, like doing the whole Shawn Michaels thing, wins the Royal Rumble, goes to Mania, wins the belt, I can't get behind him as like a kid. Like, and go buy my Adam Cole T-shirt and Adam Cole figure and everything like that. I'd be proud of my friend, like proud of my boy. Like, go get
no
him. Like,
doubt, but
so it's like, but it's
You don't want him to
feel like
mark
that's
out
good.
like
yeah,
that.
it's a different. It's so weird. Like it's so weird to like because like you don't even watch it. Like like I just critique everything, every single thing, every promo, every
It's hard.
match.
Yeah, it's hard not to
you
watch
just-
it. Not
you
to
just
Yeah.
critique it. It's
No
crazy.
doubt, no doubt. But I mean, that's because you've been doing it so long.
Yeah.
Like you just, you see it. Like
It's a passion.
But yeah,
too. It's a
because
love for it.
like we love it. So I'm like, oh man, we want it to be the best. But and some of the stuff is not the best right now. But I blame a lot of the workers for lack of creativity. So they just like
It's a
wanna do
fast work rate too. We're definitely, you always see like the older people, like the older vets, like harp on shit that like you're just like, oh, those vets are fucking. But like as you get along, you see it. Like you see like, yeah, we do need to sell a little bit more. Like we do need to fucking slow down.
Yeah.
Like, we
Right.
don't need to do so many fucking. One thing I've really been harping on is not kicking out of DDTs lately. DDTs have been a big thing for me lately. Like when you take a DDT, like you're dead, man. Like going back to Jake the Snake, man.
Oh, I bet.
Jake the Snake's the big fucking like that DDT. When he would do that DDT, like that was it. There was
Done.
nothing else.
Done.
And
We-
seeing where that is,
That's
seeing where the
concussion
DDT
right
is
there.
now in Indies, yeah, it's
We used to we did a program with this team called Black Wall Street, and so there's these guys, Napalm and Solo, and they are huge. And Solo is like, he's like a
Monsters.
giant
Yeah.
silverback gorilla, and Napalm is like
the same.
Tyler
just,
Cruz.
Yeah, just
You know
like
what I'm
2
talking
feet taller.
yeah.
Yeah, the Old Spice guy.
Like, huge.
Yeah, huge. So first off, Solo wants to do all this crazy shit to me, like beat me up, like in the corner, all these like crazy punches and slams and all this stuff. And I'm like, I know you want to do all this stuff because you want to show how strong you are and everything, but I have to kick out of all this stuff.
Yeah.
So you're making that shit
gonna
look
make you
weak
look
as
bad, yeah.
fuck. You know, if you slam like you're making me look like Superman. Like
No shit.
like a big ass dude, like you should hit me one time. I should be down
Done.
selling.
That's it.
And you just showing off, like flexing,
happened. It's
and making the crowd hate you, and get behind, like, get up, Steve, come on, hit him one more time. And I can do like I'm crying, struggling up the ropes and all that jazz. But
Like Mysterio, kind of.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's where you
they
get
get
that
behind you,
sympathy.
you know. So then, like, you know, he's winding up for that punch. Oh, now this punch is gonna kill him, but I duck it and then come back with some like firing shit, and then the crowd, oh my god, then I might get cut off again. And it's like boom, now they're like into it. Oh my god, but now he's like, boom, slam, pick me right back up, slam, boom, pick me right back up, slam,
and
punch,
everything is
kick,
as
kick.
hard as he can too. Like that,
Like, there's no.
And then yeah,
and trying to hit him, like you don't even phase him. Like
Yeah.
those guys were.
yeah, he was destroying
stands
me,
there.
and I punched. So I was like, you know what, I need to like
Stiff as
yeah.
shit.
So I punched him in the stomach as hard as I could. I think I broke my wrist, and I don't even think he knew I hit him.
Probably not.
He didn't even it didn't register it. I was like, yeah, boom.
So there's no selling for them.
Yeah, I was
No.
like,
No, they're not
dang
selling
it.
for
But
them.
no, like we tamed the beast.
Yeah,
Now
it's-
now they're good. Like we specialize in big guys like that because they don't understand and like
They're all dumb.
because because like they want to wrestle like their favorite, like, you know, they're
The indie,
they're
indies.
6
Everybody
foot
wants to
4,
do the
300
indies,
pounds, but they want to wrestle like Bret Hart and like Macho Man and stuff like that, and you're like, no, you're a monster. You can't do that shit.
Especially on the indies with guys that are normally like smaller size. Like
Right.
you do that shit with us, like, you're gonna kill us. Like
Yeah, no doubt.
And we
Dead.
have to, like you said, like we have to come back. Like it's our job to come back on you. So it's only gonna make you fucking.
Yeah, look like
Look
more of
worse.
a pussy. Yeah, exactly. Like, so what other promotions have you guys wrestled at?
Right now at MCW, we're the tag champs in Vanguard Championship Wrestling in Norfolk, Virginia.
Nice.
We're in Legacy, which is just Legacy. It's just that PWE, Pro Wrestling Empire, out of there. Those are our main ones right now. We've been in EWA, Eastern Wrestling Alliance, which is one where we started in Maryland.
We just started doing Rambo's again, House of Pain, because he was the first guy to let us team. So
And where's that at?
Like Hagerstown,
yeah, Hagerstown
and Martinsburg, West
Harper Street.
Virginia,
You're
and
right by my house.
really,
Yeah.
Literally.
yeah, you should come check.
Yeah.
Like his, we want to go down to his school too and like try to steer the kids in the right direction.
Just have
'cause
fun with them.
Yeah, he's got a lot of students, but like there's no like good
No real
direction
training.
for
Yeah,
like
it's
character.
never-
Need someone in there to get the promoing and the training down.
Yeah, like Rambo will teach you how to take the bumps. Like, you know, after that, it's like come up with your own character.
Yeah.
And
You got to be your own creative
That's when you get
consultant.
when you got to get out there and you get like. That was a real problem, like not having anybody guide you. Like a real problem for us,
Yeah.
like not having like just go. I mean, we found our way, but like not having that mentor there
But
to
not
really show
everybody
you where
gets-
to go.
yeah,
Yeah, not
yeah.
everybody's gonna have that. So
You almost need that Yoda.
definitely, yeah,
to
you
point you in the
definitely
right
need somebody
direction.
like.
yeah, and then you say, what do you want your character to be? They're like, I'm gonna be like a badass bad guy
Like Stone Cold.
that never loses, and I'm gonna be a heel, but all the fans like me.
Yeah, that's how.
And
it
you're
works.
like, what?
Because I'm a badass.
Yeah, 'cause I'm a badass and I never lose. You're like, what the fuck? The hell is that shit?
So guys actually think shit like
Yeah,
that?
oh yeah,
They
yeah,
can
it's
with that kind
it's
of
fun.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you see, it's crazy. Like the people you see make it into the wrestling business, but then the people that don't make it into,
Right.
those are even
Like-
the people you don't even see
Yeah.
make
So,
it that far. Like they're fun.
The ones that sent the videos to Tough Enough.
Yeah, so like, I could just say like, you know, I'm a karate master, and yeah, that's my gimmick. I could have never taken a karate class before, but you know,
But you could run with that.
right, as long as I can do like straight kicks and everything, I can make it believable. Because I only have to do 2 or 3 things to make it look, you know, similar. It's like like in Hollywood, a lot of actors they can't fight, you know.
They don't know anything about it.
Yeah, all they gotta
but
do
they
is-
saw enough of it on TV.
Right, you know, just do
You
a
know?
couple. Like,
I've watched enough
punch
Bruce Lee movies. I think I can do most of it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I love Bruce Lee. But,
Yeah. There's no doubt about it. Like, I mean, I guess
My,
sort of
my,
like
my problem is I watch a lot of Power Rangers too, and then I try to steal from the Power Rangers and Bruce Lee movies, and then like
Came with the Power
I do it out there, and my kicks look weak as fuck. I could throw like straight, and then I'll try to do it. I'm like, like I can't.
quite get that out of it,
I can't do
yeah.
a split. Every year I tell myself, this is the year I'm gonna do a
The
split.
split happens.
I'm gonna do a
Keep
split.
trying.
Yep.
just keep working on it.
I never even attempt to like try it. I just think about
There's
it.
no practice to it. It just happens. It either
I-
happens or it doesn't.
I think about it. I might tell somebody, but then
Like
never
the
do
pictures
anything.
Van Damme used to have, where like he was.
Right,
Yeah.
that's his lift. Like he
Yeah, I
invented
love
that
that
lift.
lift.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
man.
that shit is just insane, dude. Like that would destroy my fucking legs. I'd be done. Like, no, there
He
goes
said he
somebody.
stretches 45 minutes before every match. Like before he does anything, 45 minutes
Oh,
just
that-
straight fucking stretching.
You would have to. Though.
Yeah, I mean him. Yeah, that's all he fucking does. And that yoga shit. That
Yeah.
DDP yoga is fucking blowing up with the guys now.
DDP, dude, he's like the shit. Like the stuff he's doing right now, I absolutely love it.
just-
Especially
yeah,
what he
not
did
just-
for Razor.
Oh yeah, not just inside wrestling, but just outside, just
Yeah.
for
That's
normal
a-
people,
yeah,
normal
it's a-
everyday people.
It's
Yeah.
another thing that I say I'm always gonna do, and I never do, is that
Yoga?
DDP yoga. Yeah, why don't we do that? Let's just do that. I downloaded it illegally.
Get
and,
the
and then,
Don't listen to this page.
never even watched it. So I mean, what a waste.
I mean, one of these days you might do.
It's there.
I did do a yoga class one time though, a hot yoga class, which is like where you go into this room and it's like 1,000 million degrees and you have to do yoga. And it was like the
I
worst
think it's like
experience in my
105
life.
degrees probably.
No, it's probably 1,000 million.
It's
I
like-
checked it.
all
I
right.
googled it, dude.
Wow, you were there.
Yeah, man. Checked it. I had a thermometer.
Thank God for Google.
It's like,
Shit gets us through a lot of days. But yeah, so how would you guys like to take your first on-air dab?
my first one. Oh yeah.
On it,
Oh yeah. So back to the dab stories.
Yeah.
So
We have a dab. So before we get to the dab,
Yeah.
right when we got here, we took a dab.
which would
but
be our
before
second
that,
dab in the history of the
We've
Hellcats.
taken one dab ever before in our life, and
Right.
it's a great story behind it, Stephen.
Right. So what
I'll
happened?
set it up. Can I set it up? Can I do the night before and then you do the
What?
day of the dab?
How about you do the whole entire story?
The whole entire story?
Yeah,
You're gonna fuck it up?
I've never heard you do the whole story. So I want to hear you do it.
Okay,
Then
so
I'll be the background singer.
We have a tag team wrestling match against Ken Dixon and Ryan McBride. Opening spot of the match, we dump these guys to the outside. Steve fucking launches himself Uso style over the top rope, and miscommunication on the outside. Ken and Ryan weren't where they were, and Steve just comes crashing right down. Opening match, like the beginning of the match, this happens. Gets back
Very
into
first thing.
Yeah, gets back into the ring, looks at me and goes, "I broke my finger," and his pinky is like
Twisted.
Yeah, it's like off to the side, and like his hand is all jacked up, and I'm like,
Pause. So when when I landed, I was like, "Ooh, damn!" So my whole body landed on the mat except for my right hand. Like I just like karate chopped the concrete floor, and but I thought I like jammed it in there. So I pulled it, nothing, and I pulled it because it looked like it was a shrunken midget pinky. So I pulled it.
little person.
Yeah, and then nothing happened. Then like I was like, I guess it's fucked. So I wrote back in, and it's just dangling off. And so I was like, yo, my finger's broken. He's like, what do you want to do? I was like, I don't know, keep going.
get through the match. After the match, we have to present these beautiful tag team plaques to a great tag team, Demolition. Demolition comes out. Normally in wrestling, back in the day, wrestlers would give little, give me your hand, would give little puny handshakes. So Steve thinks, okay, these Demolition, they're old school guys. They're gonna give little handshakes. Axe comes in and just crunches Steve's hand.
I'm like, oh. Then I'm like, okay, next guy. I was like, what
Crunches
the
it
fuck?
again.
The hardest handshakes in the history of
That's
my life.
funny.
I was
That'll
like, God
so we go home. You just go home. Just after that, we just go home. That's it. He goes home. I go home. Next day, he texts me and he says that he's taking I think it was a paintbrush.
yeah, I taped it to a paintbrush. Taped my finger to a paintbrush.
Down his hand. So I'm like, all right. So we should probably go to the hospital. All right, let's go to the hospital.
Well, first there was a wrestling birthday
Oh, that's
party.
right.
So we went to this birthday party.
Wrestled
and
another match.
Wrestled a match with my hand taped to a paintbrush, and then after the match, my friend said, "Hey, you want to come over and do some dabs?" And all right.
But we really have to go to the hospital, though.
So on our way to the hospital, we stopped and did dabs, and then
First time.
and then went to the hospital. And
Sitting in the ER. I don't know if anyone knows Johns Hopkins Bayview in Baltimore.
Yes.
It's not the loveliest
No.
It
of
was-
hospitals.
it was
and we
broken
and
down.
we go there during renovations when there's tarps and everything is destroyed, and we
I
are
think I
all
remember that.
we are all fucked up.
I was
and
at like a
Steve is
refugee
just-
camp.
Yeah, Steve is just sitting there like with his hand just fucking
Like completely high. 'Cause
just
we
looking
just did
around
dabs.
like
And then like, we go into this
What?
room, and I got this little lady just like pulling and yanking on my pinky. I'm like, I should not have done dabs. But then, so it turns out like the bone was like shattered into little fragments. And they're like, oh, I'm surprised it didn't like break through the skin.
Yeah,
That
you're
would've
lucky
sucked.
it didn't, dude.
But yeah,
for
so
real.
it was a broken wrist and a shattered pinky.
pins and screws.
Yeah, I had to get pins in it and a cast and shit. And then, so we wrestled. I wrestled the whole time with the cast on, never stopped. And then the
Months.
Yeah.
Couple months.
With that shit
3
on.
months.
Right.
Yeah, wrestle with that.
right,
We
then
do all that, and we have a big show at Michael's 8th Avenue.
the very match
for
that I get the
MCW.
cast off.
Yeah, he's just coming back. No cast for this show. We do our match. Everything's good. We have a big brawl at the end of the show. Whole bunch of people come out. Big ass Brian Cage comes out, does a moonsault off the top. Doesn't get that much air, so he
He's a
kind of
monster, dude.
yeah. So
Yeah.
he doesn't get that much flip. So he comes like kind of
He's about to
straight down.
die.
So I try to like dive in to save him, and he comes right down on my finger and dislocates it. So then my finger looks like an S, like it's all. So then I just like Steve did with me. I go and find Steve and go, I fucked up my
I was like,
finger.
no way.
So did you finish the match with it?
No,
There was no.
that was- yeah, that was-
we just
sorry.
had to go to the back. So then we left there, and then we went back to the same hospital, and we went there, and it was like the freaking Umbrella Corporation with
That was-
these fucking sliding glass
this
doors
was after the
and
renovations.
like handprint fucking
He was fucking
scanners.
pissed. We were like in and
I
out. It
like,
was beautiful.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, you got the good experience. Steve got to go in.
This is some bullshit. And then I seen the security guard, and I was like, hey,
Umbrella?
you know Resident Evil? He was like, yeah. I was like, don't this place like the Umbrella Corporation? He's like, yeah, it does. I was like, man, probably should have said that now. Fucking.
Now they're gonna come experiment.
Yeah,
on
they're
your
gonna put me
ass.
in like a fucking chamber.
Put the T-virus
water,
on your ass or
whatever
something.
that
God
shit
knows.
is. I don't know. The T-virus.
Let's story it to now dab it.
Oh yeah, so now we're going to do another dab.
Hashtag.
Hell
Hashtag
yeah.
dab.
But I mean, thank you guys very, very much
No,
for
thank
coming.
you.
I
No,
appreciate
fuck,
it.
thank
Like,
you. Yeah, man.
I mean, I want to get you guys' name out there. I want to see you guys in NXT, WWE. I don't give a fuck. I
This
want
is-
you guys to be
This is a joint.
major leagues.
This is a joint communication, so it goes both
Yeah,
ways.
yeah,
So
yeah.
any,
We want to get your name out.
yeah,
there.
any help we can give, that's what we're all
Hell
about.
yeah, definitely.
Facebook us like us on Facebook, the Hellcats, Instagram, Hellcats410,
Yep.
Twitter.
Yeah.
We're all out there.
We
Pro
went to
Wrestling
look you up
Tees.
today, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm not even follow back. I'm not even following you." I could have
on-
sworn the
on
last
Yeah,
time
this
it
is.
wasn't.
I'm an award-winning grower, so
okay.
that's why I'm.
Yeah,
Real
that's
Deal.
what I was-
My
yeah.
nickname is Real Deal.
Oh shit.
I am the Real Deal Corey Neal.
Shit.
So, and that was a nickname given to me when I was like 12 years old. Just
Well, you were
because-
growing it at 12.
No, I
Oh.
was in that game.
Okay.
But back then I could fight rather well,
Oh right. Oh yeah, yeah.
and all that kind of shit. I
Yeah,
didn't take
man.
much shit from anybody.
Yeah, I was.
You know, and it rhymed
Gotta
with my
live.
name, so the guys were like, "Fucking
Hell
Real
yeah.
Deal."
Hell yeah, it's
You
a
know
cool
what I'm
wrestling
saying?
name.
Like, and I lived in a little redneck town back then, so Real Deal motherfucker. You know what I mean?
I think somebody at like one point in their life had a wrestling name.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
has their own.
Yeah, oh
wrestling.
yeah, definitely, dude. I mean, if you love wrestling, you
Yeah.
have some sort of a persona on the
Yeah.
back burner
Yeah.
that you're ready to rock with.
That's what I thought. I thought this whole thing was gonna be like when he told me about it. I thought it was gonna be a whole little wrestling thing. Like, all right, we're gonna talk wrestling, and he showed me the thing. I was like, this is all weed.
It's just a
This
weed
is all gonna be a
thing.
weed thing.
Well,
He's
I mean
gonna-
that part is if you like. I actually have an Instagram for the show.
Oh no.
That's actually McLeafz Mark, but
I keep them both together. Weed
yeah, but
and wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I keep them together, but I mean,
Yeah.
I just have one for me and them, one for the show. But I keep they're kind of like combined regardless. I mean, because at first I called it RD McLeafz, and then I just kind of
Went with the marks.
yeah, it fit that way, you know.
Growing is one of the things that we talked about with Rob Van Dam too, because he said like he's like
All that portable shit.
investing like these like,
Yeah.
different kind of like home growing portable shits,
Boxes and all that
yeah.
shit. Well, that was something that Shane McMahon invested like $250,000 or having.
did,
I
yeah, I
don't
remember
remember
him
how much it
saying-
was.
yeah, I remember
And
him
he
saying that.
lost all of it because he went to where there was supposed to be the warehouse for this shit.
Oh yeah, I think I remember hearing
Nothing
about
was
that.
there.
Yeah.
Like these dudes just
Player
straight
got
snaked the
played.
shit out of him. Son.
right.
I'm telling you, like money, money, money. There's your money,
All
brother.
right, came back.
But I mean, that's kind of karma, just biting you
For
in
real,
your
man.
ass. So anyway, on that note, let's go ahead and give you guys a dab.
Right.
Give a dab in the head.
I
And
still
this
don't
is-
even understand dabs.
Like
I
this-
feel like I'm old as fuck. I don't know.
At first, I was in that boat, but this is the concentrate from the actual flour. Like that will be extracted from this.
I watched
With
I
either
watched like a
butane or
yeah.
whatever kind of whatever you decide to extract with. But
Well,
yeah.
I watched the video on YouTube and I was still just like, what?
That's my high when I watched it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I'm like, what?
Until I started actually doing it myself, that was
That's
where
when
I
you
was.
grabbed it,
It was when I actually saw. But I mean, when I started doing it, my friends would send me pictures of kids blowing their faces off
Right, yeah.
because it's that volatile. Like,
Yeah.
it's a really, it's a scientific little operation that you
The,
gotta
the
be
thing
careful
that the thing that turned me off was like you have to buy another contraption. I was like, oh fuck that shit.
Yeah,
fuck
there's
that
like,
shit.
I mean, now they've made it so that your bong can essentially be your dab
Right.
rig, your everything. But for me, like, I have every little stupid toy that
Yeah.
exists pretty much.
Yeah,
just,
we're like usually classic like blunts
bud,
if
yeah.
you're smoking with people, bowls if
Yeah.
you're by yourself.
I got my Hobbit pipe right
Yeah,
here.
I've been
brother.
looking at that thing. I'm like, man,
Take a
I'm
puff?
gonna have to hit that.
Yeah, that's my little Hobbit pipe there. Give Jimmy his dab.
That's pretty sweet.
Pour one.
Motherfucking Gandalf.
Don't hold it in too long and crush yourself. There you go. A lot of these guys will blow it out right away.
Don't be
I
a
like
hero.
to do it.
I forgot I gotta drive.
That's all I need. At least you're not drinking.
Right
Say
now.
no to drugs. Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh shit.
Trip it up.
Come on.
Shout out phone
Sorry,
homie, trip it
man.
up.
Away from the mic.
Haha, now you did the heroin. It's like,
Away from the mic.
sorry.
Here's a little bit of the trees that I grow. This is like tangy.
That's crazy. Oh my god, that is nice.
I've been doing it for a lot of years.
Do you have a hydroponic system?
Yeah, I like hydroponics quite a bit.
Yeah.
Actually, the sponsor of my show, I actually almost forgot that. Potomac Hydroponics, the best hydroponics store in Maryland, located in Hagerstown, Maryland. Stop by any time for all your growing needs. But yeah, like that's right there in Hagerstown, Potomac Hydroponics.
So, I remember doing hydroponics in like 7th grade tech ed, and thinking like, "Hey man, you could probably grow weed like that." Now at the time, I was like, I was so straight edge, like, man, I was such a dummy, like, cause all I ever wanted to be was a wrestler. So I was always like, no drugs and this, Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, take your vitamins,
Take
blah,
your
blah, blah.
vitamins, eat your milk. Yeah.
And then like once I found out that Hogan was like once I got like became a wrestler, I found out that like Hogan smokes weed, like everyone smokes weed, and most
Hogan's
of them,
the coolest dude.
Yeah, and most of them do crazy drugs.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'll try a little bit of that weed, but then so I've been smoking ever since. But also, I mean, I don't want to.
Ramble.
Yeah, I don't know if I should.
Whatever you
say.
divulging.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Content.
What are you talking about?
We got to give him content.
Controversy.
No, this is content. He needs content
Okay.
for his.
Well, I heard speculation that Bret Hart got his name the Hitman from being able to take big ass hits of weed and hold it in for.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I heard that too.
I've
You heard that too?
Something
You
similar,
heard that too?
but I
Okay,
never knew
good.
if it was
Then
anything.
he's the one that told me. If anybody has anything,
That's where I heard it. I heard it from Stoner.
Right.
Stoner said it.
So yeah, I'm off the hook, and blame is passed. And what's up, Brett?
No doubt. You've gotten to meet Bret Hart?
I did, and he almost made me cry. So the first story was that we were chilling, and his little dude comes up, and he's like, "Hey, Brett was wondering if you guys have any weed." And now we were like, "Oh my God, dream come true." So but the problem was we only had like a little bit of weed, so we rolled a blunt, and then we had like a bowl pack left. So we're like, "Yeah." So we go back, we tell his dude, "Yeah, we just rolled a blunt. Go tell Brett, like, you know, we're good to go whenever he wants to come out and do the thing." And he comes back, he's like, "Brett wants to know if he can just buy the weed from you." And we were like, "Oh, that's not gonna happen. Sorry." So he's like,
Little selfish.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
Yeah, that is
because-
being a little.
But
Yeah.
we really wanted to fucking smoke with him.
I bet, dude.
And then we
How
had a long
often
drive
you get
home.
that opportunity?
Right, so we were like, "Oh man." So then we didn't get to see him like at all. So I was like, "Man, Bret Hart probably hates us now," and blah blah blah. So then the next day, we see him. He's just like chilling. I'm like, "Now's my time." So I go over there. I'm like, "What's up?" You know, I'm not trying to mark out on you, but like, you know, because like, you know, you never want to go mark out to another wrestler. It's weird.
But this is Bret Hart.
Yeah, no doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt.
So there's not.
kinda hard not to.
There's nobody else that I would.
That's how it was
really-
with RVD the first time.
Right. So.
Yeah, I know, dude.
So, yeah, and I'm like, "Yeah, but you were like, you're the man." And he was like, "Oh, it's all right. We're all marks." And also like, "Can we get a picture with you?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, no problem." So he was like, "I used to have this picture of me and Bruno Sammartino, and I used to run around the house and like show it to everybody and brag about it, and I was all happy. And nobody cared because everybody in my house like knew Bruno Sammartino because like, you know,
Yeah.
his dad would train him and all that shit and everything. So he's like, you know, nobody cared, but Brett was just a big Bruno Sammartino fan, so. He's like, "Yeah, we're all marks." I was like,
Something to Bret.
I was like, "Jimmy, we have to run before I start crying." Yeah.
Bret was really. I think of all the guys that was a lot cooler than Ice, but Bret was probably one of the coolest guys that I've ever gotten to meet, and was just totally blown away.
That's awesome.
By his openness too. I mean, except for Rob. I mean,
Yeah.
Rob was on a whole nother different level
Yeah,
of
he's
openness.
just karmatically different
Yeah.
the whole way around, definitely.
Yeah. It's so weird when like you walk into a room and then you see like one of your childhood idols like flagging you down, like, "Hey, over here, hey,
Yeah.
come here, man, me." And you're like, "Oh,
me?
dude, we see you." Like,
Rob? What?
what the? And I'm like, "So, what are you guys doing? You guys want to hang out or?" You're like, "Oh man, not right now, dude. Like, chill."
That's so fucking cool. But yeah, I hate to cut you guys short,
No,
but we're out
yeah.
of time.
All right, well, thanks
I
so
thank
much.
you to the Hellcats
Hell yeah, man.
of MCW and
We are
many
wild,
other
though.
promotions.
Yeah, very cool, man.
For
Thanks for
coming
having us.
through. I really, really appreciate it, like
Thank
so
you.
much.
Again.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
And you guys are welcome
Yeah.
anytime. Like, and now that I know we're closer to each other, we'll sesh out sometime somewhere else.
Can we be like Jack Hanna and we'll bring like different animals
Dude,
every
that would be
time we
awesome.
come? So I've been on like a Jack Hanna. That'd
That shit would be
be great. You know what I mean?
That would be cool.
So yeah.
Like I actually do that. I have turtles. and shit.
Really?
Yeah, turtles, lizards.
yes.
Let's do it, man. Let's
Yeah,
make
dude.
it. Let's
Bring animals.
Let's
Make
do
this an
it.
animal adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
good.
the shit. But
All
anyway,
right. Thanks so much.
yes, sir. I thank you. Goodbye and good night.
Hellcats out.